Officially, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Options Income Launchpad Weekly Market Wrap. My name is Scott. I'll be your host. We'll be here for the next hour or so, give or take. And we'll see where it takes us. Okay. As always, let me remind you that what we do is for education, illustrative purposes only. Nothing we do is intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any financial security or product. Nothing we do should be considered personalized financial advice. Any decisions made should be at your own risk because we're not brokers, we're not advisors, yada, yada, yada. Let's go through today's market. Let's look at the bullishness that we had. And even with today's bullishness, there's still a couple things that I'm like, they still didn't quite turn and could turn on Monday. So could be a good window here, hopefully, for some trading. We'll revisit our posture. We did a little bit last night. Looks like it's orienting, if anything, more bullish. We'll see how today's volume looks. That could be useful. Mindset for trades being carried over the weekend. Whatever put on today is going to definitely be carried. What to look for next week. We'll talk about the opportunity list as always, and then wrapping up with I believe, are we on Section 8? I think we're actually on Section 8, and then we're done. We're taking the last week off. So, okay, let's get into it. So I was looking at give me a second. And I'll show you what I was looking at. BK. And I'll let you guys tell me. Here was the issue. Here was the issue. You can see that we actually have 3,200 contracts, 1,200 contracts, hundreds of contracts. We don't have weeklies. We only have monthlies. But the spread is like 50 cents, 45, 60, 70, 80. And I was just like, no, it's too much. Now, if you feel like, you know what? I think there's a big enough move here that I can still overcome that spread, and that I can work it, then okay. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no. So let's get back to the drawing board. And let's find something here in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Put it on. It'll take me a couple of minutes to send it out, and then we'll wrap up from there. So let me ask you, are you feeling like you would put a trade on based on some of these signals? Let me walk through some that I'm highlighting. AMKR, no, didn't quite get high enough. APH, a little too high, 5%. I was like, if you would have caught it early, yes, but not all the way up here. ASX is on my list. I think, this thing could make a run. It ran from 12.5 to 16. It ran from 13.5 to 16.5. So let's say 3 points. That would be 17.70 to the upside, $2.40. And I could take 70 cents, 70 to make 240. 70 to make 240. That's about 3.5 to 1. Pretty good. Be thinking about that one. We're gonna vote where it's like we're gonna say, all right, let's take this one and then just jump into it. AXP, not yet. Still viable though. BAC, maybe. BK, yes. City, yeah, kind of. Caterpillar. So Caterpillar made a move from 543. That was a big move, actually. It's an expensive stock, though. But Caterpillar making a run maybe up to 650. CIEN would be valid. It's a little bit big. A little bit big of a move. There's CLS. Coherent. Coherent looks great. That's turned. This thing's making some big moves. I would say I'd be looking for at least 55 points from here. 170, 225. It gives me 40. That gives me 40 points to the upside. Maybe 17 to the downside. 17 to 40 is about 3 to 1. 3 to 1 there. Credo, I don't love being under the 50. Cisco, a little too big. Fox, there's an argument to be made here for Fox. The last move was we've had a couple of these big moves. 64 to 72, 8 points. So I'd say 78.50 maybe. 78.50 gives me 6 and change. 6 and change with a stop loss. I'd say 3 to 1 on Fox. GE, no. I'm kind of leaning towards AXP, ASX. Google looks okay. Some people may still have a piece of Google. Goldman Sachs looks good. Goldman looks good. It's an expensive stock. It's a $900 stock. But it just made about a $110 move. So I'd say my target would be 980. 980 would be 85. 85. I could risk about 25 to make 85. 4 to 1. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm getting 4 to 1. 980. Stop loss 8. 75. Was it 75 or 65? Ooh, 65. I actually think you would have a Heiken Ashi candle here. So maybe I'd be comfortable at 870. Split the difference. 25 to 85. 25 to 85. Okay. And they're expensive options. See, I'd have to go in and do a spread. All right. Let's keep looking. ASX is, maybe where I'm looking to go. I was wondering about that. Options don't look good. Son of a gun. We're getting thrown off our game here. All right, don't worry. We'll keep going. Ooh, you know what? Intel. There it is. Intel it is, actually. Give me just 1 second here. Let's build a trade on Intel. We'll have some fun with this. It's a small crew. 1219 Intel. Okay. Intel. I don't even need to look at anything else. This is for sure at, Direction, we are bullish. Entry range. And we're right there, you know. Yeah, I'd say anything above 37.30, and we're at 37.38. But we do have a good stochastics. We're holding this. So I'm going to say 37.25 to 37.75. Somewhere in that range. Stop. Let's get underneath here since we're so close. So let's go 35.25. And maybe 34.75. Take profit. So we're about 33.5, 2.5 higher there. I'm going to say 46.5. Higher high with a take profit at the high here. We'll say 43. 46. What did I say? 46.50? 43. Oops. Sorry, I'm messing everything up. 34.75. You're like, what are you doing, Scott? I'm just seeing if you're paying attention. 46.50. 46.50. 43. Time and trade. That looks like 7 to 10 for me. 7 to 10 days. What does that give us for a reward to risk? 46.50. So it's about 6 to the upside. 220. Is it 6? No. Primary target. It's 9 to the upside. And 220. 4.1. Yeah, pretty good. 4.1, we'll call that to 1. Volatility index is low. Good to buy. Preferred strategy. Long calls. Expiration month. Expiration month is going to be January's. Easy enough. 16 Jan. 26. Going into 26. Strike price. Strike price. I think the 40s make sense. 40 strikes, a little bit out of the money. These are going to cost me about $1.01 risk per contract. Let's get this stop in place. 35.25. Is that what I said? 35.25. Yes. Target is 46.50. 46.50. Okay. Okay. Let's bring it down. See what the risk per trade is. Let me know if you have questions as we're going through here, you guys. It's about $45 of risk per contract. Let's see here. Okay, actually got it for $1. Got it for $1, but we'll leave it as $1.01. There it is. That's the trade. I like it. You got to bear with me now as I go through. You'll see the rigorous steps I have to take to put these out to you guys. You might think, Scott, you have an entire team, right? I do. A mighty team of one. Of just the one. Okay, we are on 12. 40 versus 39. Does it really matter? Not really. Not really. I mean, just make sure you adapt and adjust your position sizing slightly. But yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Who just joined us? Whoever just joined us, we just built a trade Let me move it back over. Oh, no, it's right there. You can see it. You can see it. Intel. I'm getting ready to start blasting that out. Bear with me here. I'll move this out the way so you can see while I start putting this out in our various channels. Trade alerts. And then we'll just talk about the rest of what's going on. I knew I wanted to put one out, and I actually feel better now. I'm like, you know what? I like that Intel trade probably the best of them all. I think I was looking through and I got a little new trade for INTC. Today is 12/19. Only 5 shopping days till Christmas. My wife is out with my daughter shopping as we speak. Okay, first and foremost, we have published this to the site. Bam. Okay. Now let's get the email and the text alert out there, and then we'll chat. So just bear with me for a minute, you guys. Ask questions if you have them. Ask questions if you have them. This is a trade alert. Yeah, Rocket Lab was pretty good. Rocket Lab. It's always nice when they make a big, fast move like that, right? I'm thinking Intel should probably do the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it should. I'm not saying it will. I would love if it did. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's upload this and send this email out to you guys. To those who aren't watching live, who are not watching live, Intel. 12/19, Intel. Okay, did anyone pull the trigger? Did you get filled? What was your fill? Inquiring minds want to know. Will pull the trigger. Good, good, good. And pull the trigger pending. Got it. Okay. Good, good. Love it. Love it. 126. Okay, so the alert should get out in a good amount of time still. Good for everybody. I want it for $1. I actually did get $1. Sorry. If you didn't, if you got $1.01, I'm like, I'm going to test it and see what happens. I bet if you left it, it would probably catch. But I never wait long. I'm like, I'll take the $1. I'm not going to squabble over a penny. New trade alert for INTC. The email is going out next. That's what you'll see come your way momentarily. We're going to send this now. And I've got to actually send it to 2 groups, so bear with me while I get the second group going here. I've got the system down, but man, when someone's watching, everything goes a little slower, I feel like, you know? I'm like, don't mess up, don't mess up. And lastly, we'll send the text message out. If you are a text recipient, you'll see that come nextly. Okay. Trying to be done by 1:30. I've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to get this out. With Boeing's issues, what do I think about? You know what, Doug? Tell me about the issues a little bit. Thing about Boeing, man, is I feel like they always have issues, right? I saw this thing that's like their CEO is inbred or something crazy. Like, I'm like, what? Yeah, they always seem to have some issues, but they also have like basically a monopoly on planes in the country. So they like survive, and we'll pull it up though. Give me a second. We'll start there when I get done with this. I just have to get a link real fast and put this out. But tell me the news. NTC 12, 19, 25. Spirit problems. Okay. I just got to grab a quick link here for the text alert. And then we're done. Let me make sure everyone can access this link. And then I will copy it. Done. Paste. Save and continue. Send. All right, now you should see the text coming your way. If you arrived late, welcome. We put out a new alert. We built it together here on Intel. We looked at BK. Liked the trade, did not like the options. We did not have the liquidity we wanted. So I'm actually going to remove BK from my list. Once I'm like, oh, I have a trade, and then I didn't take it because of the options, well, then I'm never going to take it. So I did build the rep. You can see the trade here, or it's posted on the website. You should have an email, and if you get text, you should have a text, or at least it should be arriving to you soon. But let me go back to Intel for just a minute, then we'll look at Boeing, and then we'll talk about our market. So there's Intel. We're looking with a target up here around 46.5. Stop down here below the support. Nice 4-to-1 potential. Implied volatility is pretty low. Closed half of JCI. Nice. Taking some profits there. Good. Rocket Lab looks great today. So JCI is still a remnant of one of ours. I think you still have room for this thing to move a little if you wanted to keep a little. Here's Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab did a beautiful, beautiful move today. I'm trying to remember what was the targets. I think we just passed one. 70. So yeah, if you wanted to take a little gain at 70 and then give you the ability to see now if it can get to 75, that's pretty much what I'm doing. There's a nice gain there. You can lock a little bit of it in. But let me know if you have any questions about the new trade on Intel. Let's just go take a look at our standard fare. Nope, that's not it. Let's get that Boeing in first, and we'll go look. Here's Boeing. Yeah, see Boeing. I don't know. Boeing looks like it's kind of bullish, gapped up. I mean, it was looking bad here, but now it's up, it's pushing. We've got mostly buying pressure from 180 to 285. I would wait until I have some confirmation of sellers taking control. At the very least, breaking back below the 50 and then bouncing off of a lower high. Otherwise, investors seem to be taking the news pretty well right off the bat, based on what I see here. Okay. What else? Subtract Boeing's massive $33 billion in debt, you get to a price target close to 72. I mean, I get what you're saying by way of like people will make arguments and they'll put together like a fundamental. They're like based on this and this and this. But if the market doesn't agree, you can see here this thing, you know, it was down below 180 for a little bit there, but you know, at the very least, I would wait till it breaks 180 and then see if it makes that drop. I'm just, you know, what do you see? That's somebody thinking that's what it should be. What do you see it doing? I see buyers. At the very, very least, I want to see the sellers gain control. So there we go. That's my thought. But you know, news can definitely have an impact, without a doubt. Let's update ourselves on the Fed watch, holding pretty steady at around 3-1. In fact, some people are like, "Oh, the Fed it got worse." It's moving closer to 4-1 in favor of leaving rates unchanged. When we look at, let me update this here. We'll look at our news and we'll look at next week's calendar. This week's calendar, we had what some people considered questionable data for the CPI, and not necessarily questionable meaning like they're fudging the numbers, but like they sort of just skipped October, and it's like it's hard to trust this data. The administration certainly is touting it, but it's I don't know that we have what we need yet to say that inflation's actually coming down, but it did come down to some extent. Next week, what do we have coming out? Well, we have a light week. So on Monday, there's nothing. On Tuesday, we have a delayed GDP report. It was previously at 3.8. Hoping it stays at 3.2. That would be fantastic if we could stay above 3%. Really fantastic if we could do that. Capacity utilization, industrial production, consumer confidence. Would be nice to see that tick up a little bit. Wednesday, jobless claims staying in a good spot. Not even coming near 250, which is where we want it to be. Not approaching 250. Thursday is closed. Do we have a half day on Wednesday or Friday? It feels like we should or do. Let's have a couple of us look it up real fast. I'm just going to say 2025 market holidays. Closed one RKLB. Nice. Got it. Trading calendar. Let's go to the NASDAQ. U.S. market. Okay. Wednesday the 25th. Early close. Early close on Wednesday. Thursday, closed. We will meet Wednesday morning for a festive Christmas trading extravaganza. It'll be amazing. We'll sing some carols. I don't know, maybe some other things, but it'll be great. Thursday's closed. There will be no evening sessions Thursday, obviously. Enjoy Christmas. Friday, we're back at it. No rest for the wicked. No, how does it go? I don't know. Markets are open, we're open. So that's the upcoming holiday schedule. Let's just take a quick peek at these markets of ours, shall we? Let me update this. I don't like this. I don't like this over here. Now we're back up top. That's so funny because a while back that's where it always used to be. Then they moved it over here. I don't know. S&P 0.86, Dow 0.39, NASDAQ 116, Russell 0.82, VIX is down to a 15. Consumers are loud and clear. They're souring on the economy. Oh, they're starting to get a little nervous. That's for sure. Market's holding up, though. Market's holding up. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the watch list real fast. Let's go through it. Let's see what we have. There was more trades here. I'm sure you probably saw some, maybe took some. Apple not there. AMKR not quite yet. Amazon was not one for me. Now, if any of these you want to know more about, stop me and be like, wait, Scott, go back to blah, 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 and I'll do it. APH, too big. If you would have caught it early on this morning, now part of the problem with catching in the morning is it may not stay a trade by the end of the day. That's the risk. But if you had said, hey, I'm getting in if this thing crosses 131 or something, beautiful. You'd be in a great spot. ASX looks like a trade. Unfortunately, the options, not great. AVGO, too far down, under the 50. It's not there for me. AXP, I like AXP, but it's not turning yet. What do you see? You see sellers. You see a pause, but not buyers. Now, could you say, I'm going to anticipate? Yeah, sure. 4.25 market, not quite as strong as I would like for anticipatory trades, but certainly something to think about. BAC. That's a maybe. It kind of seems like it's trying to break out of the flag. Stochastics is trying to turn. It's not making huge moves, though. Citigroup's on a steady move higher. Caterpillar, I'm a yes. I actually think you could build a trade on Caterpillar. Problem is, it's a $600 stock. You're going to find expensive options. You're going to want to spread trade or end up deep out of the money, something along those lines. CIEN, you could certainly BAC, like it. CIEN, another big one. If you would have caught it early, it would have been much better. Late, it's a little too late. Celestica, I don't love the fact that it's been going sideways and now sitting more on its 100. Coherent looks great. Looks great. You're looking for a pretty big move here. I think you could get a 3 or 4 to 1 out of Coherent. If you took it, I would be thinking, yeah, that makes sense. Credo. I don't love that it's at the 100. It is turning. It is showing momentum. It is showing stochastics. But I don't love this much. But yeah, it could certainly show this same thing again. No problem. Cisco. We were watching that one pretty closely. It's a little bit big for the entry. Hopefully you saw it early. Did anyone get into this? You saw it early, or you maybe were able to pull the trigger on this one. But I like Cisco, obviously. Let's see. DAL, maybe. DIA. Let's see. Fox. Fox, you would have more of a continuation trade now, and I think that's viable. If anyone pulled the trigger or was thinking of pulling the trigger, I'm right there with you. Beautiful, beautiful looking thing. Okay. First Solar. Whoops. Let me get out of the Heiken Ashi. GE, no. Gold overextended. Let's see. GM. No. Oh, actually, GM's a maybe. Google's close. Okay. Goldman Sachs. I like Goldman Sachs, but again, those are expensive options. $900 stock. You're gonna have to do something with that. Oh, can you guys hear me? Sorry. I think I knocked my microphone. Macy's turning. MasterCard possibly turning. Meta still kind of moving. It's trying. It's doing its thing. We'll see if it has the ability to get above this. If you're in it and it does not get above 675, be quick to make adjustments. Morgan Stanley looks good. Very much a trade potential there. So if you took something in the financials, I think that makes sense. Microsoft, no. Micron just got earnings. We got to wait and see what happens. Netflix, it's a little too low. Nvidia, still kind of trending down. NXT, flat. PLTR, never really gave a... I mean, you could look at this as a breakout, possibly. QQQ looks fine, trying to turn, trying to show strength in technology. The real starting to run out. If you had given that a lot of time, you actually could have pulled a little bit of money out of it. Rocket Lab looks fantastic, hit the first target. How about MNST, Monster? Let's take a quick peek. Had a good little turn back here, but a little late now. Good trend, though, overall. Yes, I like it. Roku, still in its consolidation. Ross Stores, still in a consolidation. RTX, breaking out. Possible trade there. Silver, just way up there. SNDK, sideways. SoFi, down a little. SPY. What's the one thing we don't have today? I don't know if we'll get the volume. We're at 72 million. 81.6 is average, which means we need about 86 million. Are we going to get 14 million in the last 10 minutes? I don't think so. I think we're going to be not. However, our volume score is still likely to go up a tick. STX looks pretty good. TER, valid. If you took it, if you looked at it, that looks pretty good. TJX, not quite yet. Still setting up. Still possible for Monday. Pretty good window we've had opening up here. I think that we still will have some opportunity Monday. TSM, just barely turning. If you took it, I would agree with you. Here's the VIX. Rolled over. Didn't get to a new low, but definitely looking pretty good. Pretty firmly in the teens. Wayfair, trying. WBD, possibly stabilizing for another move. Just like Fox. WDC, possibly turning up for more bullishness. And Walmart still in consolidation. FDX, let's take a quick peek. Don't forget, Section 8, goals. That's going to wrap it up. Then you're going to start thinking about evaluating. Ooh, it looks like they had earnings. They gapped down, ran up. I don't know. I'd want to see a little bit more after earnings before I made any judgment on that. So, yeah, silver's pretty crazy strong right now, huh? All right. Well, any other questions, you guys? We'll meet Sunday. Next week is Christmas week, a little bit of a different week. Things will slow down quite a bit in volume, but we'll still have plenty of opportunity to watch trades go. So, yeah, good stuff. Plenty of opportunities today. You could have taken several trades, no problem, and we took one together, sent the alert out. Still have things setting up and possibly firing on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to our posture holding up. It's great to see everybody. INCY. Look at PJ sneaking one last in. Info site. Is that what that is? Insight. I mean, for me, it was in consolidation. It's just barely breaking out of it right now. Right? Through all of this is the first time. So I'm actually thinking I want this. And then I would feel like, okay, now I have something that might trend again. So I would say be careful. It's a little overextended from today already. So, all right, guys. It's great to see you all. Thanks for showing up, hanging out with me on a Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning. As always, happy trading.